Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Fulwider Insurance Agency talk with Coach Pedersen. And Coach moved to 2-0 after the big win down at West Burlington Notre Dame Friday night, 30-6. And it was a game where the defense really carried the squad throughout and took care of business all night long.
I thought the defense played great. Probably would have had a shutout, but we wanted to get a lot of kids in the game and let them play because they richly deserve to get in there. And we'll give up a touchdown now and then to let kids play.
Well, and you look, a couple of things. First off, I said 10 out of the first 11 drives, you forced punts. And I think on those 11 drives, there was one, maybe two first downs. The 11th drive was the end of the first half. How important is that, especially through that first half, to really just shut a team down and take them mentally out of that ballgame?
I think they were, really mentally hurting at halftime. We pretty much had our way with them offensively and defensively. And to their credit, I thought they came back and played real hard in the second half. And we had an opportunity to play a lot of kids, which is important for us.
Well, and the other thing that's important, too, I can think of it, 20 years ago when I was sitting here going through the paces, but an opportunity for these guys defensively to flow to the football, run to the football. I don't know how many times I'd have to go back and listen, but there was numerous times that I was saying, hey, there's 4 or 5 white jerseys right there. That first guy maybe didn't make the tackle, but he forced it back to where the help was. For a young defense, they've really been able to put that to practice.
I think this defense runs the ball as well as any we've had here recently, and that's the key to this success so far is our defense really does like to run to the ball, and then when they arrive there, they're kind of in a nasty mood, and that's the sign of a good defense.
Well, and then like you said, the other thing before we start talking offense, but you saw a lot of fresh jerseys out there, a lot of fresh faces, some of the guys from Fresh Soft coming up. Those are things that give them some game experience. It's different when they're out here on a Friday night. Talk about how important that is, for their development and for the development of the team.
Oh, I think it's vital to be able to get people in there and develop some depth for not only this year but also for the future, and that's what we're trying to do in a lot of different situations. We got a lot of kids coming back next year after this year, but we really want to continue to work on that depth.
Well, and then on the flip side of the ball, you look at the offense, and had great field position again because of how the defense and special teams were playing. But the offense put up 23 points in the first half. I know Coach Hirschman, with his talk right after halftime, said we need to finish some of these drives. But being able to move the ball and at least get those points, even if it was field goals on 3 of them, finding ways to get some points put up on the scoreboard, continuing to do those things and show that improvement.
The kicking game was solid. Bo did a great job kicking, and the snapper, the holder, and all the blockers as well. But you're right. We get down there. We should have had 3 more touchdowns at halftime. We didn't get that accomplished. So that's something we're going to work on this year or this week. We're going to clean it up. We're going to see how we can get better against Jesup.
Well, and you talk about Bo, not only the field goal kicking, but punts. He had one that was beautiful. It hit at the 10 and just slowly rolled out of bounds at the 1. Another one out at the 5. That is a huge weapon, being able to pin teams 95, 99 yards away from the end zone.
No question about it. He's a very gifted athlete. He's a very versatile athlete, and he's very team-oriented, and it's a pleasure to be around Bo. And I think the kids understand that, and they want to protect him when he's playing quarterback.
Well, and then you mentioned it's Jesup coming in, start of district action, so everybody starts fresh at 0-0, and this Jesup squad comes in 0-3 in non-district. They had an extra week because they played a week 0 game. Scores have not been in their favor. They've gotten blown out all 3 of their games, but it can be a little dangerous because that this is a team that's very proud. It's got a great tradition, and they're going to be ready to play when they step out on the field tonight.
I think also in this situation that we want to play against ourselves. Not so much Jesup, any team that we play, we want to get better at what we do and not worry so much about the other team, just do our things in a positive manner. And it's going to be a great game because it's a throwback game. The kids will have on their purple jerseys, and there'll be a lot of memories flying around down there. And the class of 1967 will also be back. And they were one of the most versatile classes I've ever been around. They were not only strong in athletics, they were also strong in all the co-curricular activities. And I have a lot of friends in that class, and they really, really are a wonderful class, and I'm really proud that they're going to come back and enjoy the night with us.
Talk a little bit about that just a little bit more. Do some of these young guys understand or recognize the significance of, a team that won a state championship 50 years ago, a team that has done a lot of things to really set the groundwork for where they're at today, being able to honor and recognize the work that they put in so long ago?
I think so a little bit, but I'm going to really hit on that tomorrow and again on Thursday and also before kickoff because I think it's important for the tradition of our program to understand all these things that people came before us and we haven't forgotten them. Sometimes I think schools forget the people that have already left the school district, and I think that's a shame. You want a bond issue passed, you better make sure you remember everybody in the past, and that's what we try to do at West Branch, and I think it's important to always remember the alumni.
Sounds good, Coach. We're looking forward to it. The purple jerseys, the throwback game, Jesup to get things started off for district play. Thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
That is Coach Pedersen. Tonight's Fulwider Insurance Agency Talk with the Coach right here on the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.